Today we're diving into the topic of hooks. If you want your videos to get better results, you need to master better hooks. But here's the deal. I'm not just going to hand you a giant list of viral hooks. That's not actually what you need. What's more important is grasping why those hooks work, the psychology behind them, and how to apply that thinking to your own videos. I'm going to break down 6 powerful ways to instantly improve your hooks. If you apply all 6, I'm confident your content will get better results. I know this because creating content is what I do full-time. I've built a huge audience, generated billions of views, and what I'm about to share is the exact approach I use when I want something to go viral. Let's start with the big one, my 3-step hook formula. This is the framework I use for almost every video. Here's how I look at it. Imagine someone speeding down the highway. Your job is to get them to notice your content, slam the brakes, turn around, and head your direction. That's what a good hook does. And to do that, you need to build what I call a curiosity loop. The idea is simple. When someone hears your first line, they should feel an urge to hear the next one, and the next, and the next. You create a domino effect where their attention keeps rolling forward. The deeper the loop, the more invested they become. So how do you do that in just a few lines? That's where my formula comes in. It's made up of 3 parts. Step 1, the context, lean in. Your opening should do 2 things. First, make it clear what the video is about. That way, the viewer can instantly decide if it's relevant to them. You're not trying to trick people into watching something they don't care about. You want the right people to self-select in. Second, you want to make them lean in with interest. You can do that by referencing a common problem, sharing an intriguing fact, offering a metaphor, or tapping into something relatable. For example, in my video about the Vegas sphere that got 8 million views, I started with, "The tech in the Vegas sphere is insane. Biggest screen ever built, 20 times larger than an IMAX." Right away, I tell you what it's about, the sphere and its tech, and I throw in a fact that makes you go, whoa. Step 2, the scroll stop interjection. Once you've got someone leaning in, you want to suddenly interrupt their expectations. This can be as simple as using a transition word like but, however, or on the other hand. It acts like a mental stop sign. It prepares the viewer for a twist or surprising shift in direction. Continuing the sphere example, my next line was, "But get this, the screen is actually the least impressive part of the whole thing." That's the moment of shock. The viewer was just impressed by the screen, and now I'm telling them it's not the most impressive part. It builds suspense. Step 3, the contrarian snapback. This is where you drop the twist. It's related to your topic, but it flips expectations and takes the viewer somewhere unexpected. The more surprising, while still relevant, the better. In the sphere example, the next line is, "Because the most impressive part is the audio. This will blow your mind." That's the snapback. Now you're hooked because you want to understand how the audio could possibly be more impressive than that massive screen. This 3-part formula, context lean in, scroll stop, and contrarian snapback, isn't just for viral entertainment videos. It works for any kind of content, even niche or B2B. If you were a real estate agent, for example, you might say, "Most people overpay by $122,000 on their mortgage." And no, it's not because of interest rates. The real reason is, see how that works? Even if I don't know anything about real estate, that structure makes me want to keep listening. And here's the kicker. I used the exact same formula at the beginning of this video. When I said, "Today we're talking about hooks," that was the context. Then I said, "But I'm not going to give you a list of 25 viral hooks." That was the scroll stopper. Finally, I said, "What you need is to understand the psychology." That's the contrarian snapback. And if you're still watching, that means it worked. Now that we've covered the core structure, let's look at 5 additional ways to level up your hooks. Tip 2. Use visual hooks. Visuals are far more powerful than just talking. People absorb images and text faster than they process audio. That's why your videos will perform way better if you include big, bold text on screen, just 3 to 5 words to hammer in your message. For example, in my video about life-size floor plans, I put the phrase "future of home design" right on the screen. That framing helped viewers immediately understand what they were seeing. Also, the visual motion in your shot matters. Too much movement can be overwhelming, too little can be boring. The perfect visual hook has just enough movement to hold attention. Tip 3. Lead with benefits or pain points. People are drawn to content that solves a problem or helps them gain something. Don't just explain the topic, frame it around what the viewer will get from it. Instead of saying magnesium is one of 21 core minerals, say, if you want better sleep, you should be taking magnesium. That change speaks to the benefit, which makes people care. Tip 4. Use familiar references, aka cult hopping. B. People feel more comfortable when something sounds familiar. If your topic is niche or complex, relate it to something mainstream. For example, in a financial planning video, reference how Taylor Swift's team might structure her earnings. It makes the concept feel more approachable and adds instant familiarity. Tip 5. Compress time to value. Your viewer's attention is on a timer. For short-form content, you have maybe 4 seconds to deliver something useful. Even for longer content, you've got about a minute or two. Don't save the good stuff for later. Give a taste of value right at the start. If they get one useful thing early, they're more likely to stick around for the rest. Tip 6. Use short, punchy sentences. In music, staccato notes are short and sharp. You want your opening sentences to feel that way, concise and clear. This forces you to maximize value per word and keeps people engaged. Save the longer, more complex ideas for later. Upfront, keep it quick and powerful. As you can see, creating effective hooks is about combining structure, psychology, and repetition. I've spent thousands of hours practicing this, and it's still something I refine every day. If you're serious about improving your content, it's all about getting reps and learning from those with more experience. That's exactly why I created tools like Shortform Academy and Sandcastles to help speed up that learning curve. Shortform Academy is currently closed, but you can join the waitlist if you're interested. And Sandcastles, our upcoming script and hook generator, is launching soon. It'll help automate the entire process using the same frameworks I've just shared. Everything else I use is linked in the description. Free resources, breakdowns, and more. Just subscribe and you'll get access. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.